All right, welcome in everybody to the deep dive. We're gonna be diving deep today
Oh, yeah.
into the life of this guy Henry Carringer, lived 1800 to 1879. So, 19th century American,
19th century.
and we got all kinds of stuff spread out in front of us: family Bible entries,
Oh, wow.
census records, land deeds, probate files. It's like we got all these little pieces.
Puzzle
Yeah,
pieces.
puzzle pieces of his life, and we're gonna try to put it together, see if we can figure out what his deal was.
Oh, that's fun. Like a historical detective.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, each document's a clue, and we gotta kind of,
Put them all together.
yeah, figure out not just the what, but the why and the how.
Right. Why and how did his life, connect with everything else going on?
And how does it reflect the world around him? Yeah.
Yeah,
It is remarkable how much we can actually find out.
yeah. So let's start at the beginning. We got looks like June 6th, 1800, according to the family Bible.
Okay.
That's his birthday. But his gravestone, if you work backwards from when he died on April 20, 1879, it puts his birthday on June 25th, 1800.
Interesting. So just a slight
A
discrepancy.
little bit of a difference there.
Well, that's intriguing because
Hmm.
both of those, back then would have been considered reliable sources.
Right.
The family Bible, I mean, that was often the main place where you kept track of births and deaths and marriages.
Right.
Actually, we even found in the Revolutionary War pension file
Wow.
of Henry's dad, Martin Carringer, there are pages from the Bible
Wow.
which support the early date of June 6. Now, gravestones, intended to be accurate, but sometimes it was based on memory.
Right.
Maybe
And later recollection.
later, yeah, so you might get some slight variations. But it is interesting because sometimes these historical records don't quite line up.
Right.
You have to figure out, well, why is that?
Great. Exactly.
Hmm.
So we got his birthplace was Sandy Creek, Mercer County, Pennsylvania. Parents, Martin Carringer, lived 1758 to 1835. And Maria Magdalena, they called her Molly, hoax. She lived 1768 to 1850.
Okay, so we got the family, the immediate family.
Right.
So let's see, what about Henry's family?
So he married Sarah Feather, who lived 1804 to 1848. And it was around 1825.
Okay.
We don't actually have a marriage record,
Mm-hmm.
but based on when their first kid was born in 1827,
Makes sense.
that's what we're thinking.
That's our estimate.
Yeah.
Bruh.
But later on, we have this 1855 writ of partition,
Oh, a writ of partition.
which is basically a legal document to divide up property among heirs.
Okay.
This was for Cornelius Feather's estate, who was Sarah's dad.
Okay, so this is her side of the family.
Yeah, and in this document, she's identified as Henry Carringer's wife,
Okay.
and then it lists all 10 of their kids.
10 kids.
Yeah, big family.
That's a full house.
Eliza was born in 1827. David Jackson, they called him DJ a lot, in 1828. George, 1832. Cornelius A., 1834. Mary, 1835. Sarah, 1837. Henry, 1839. Louisa M., 1842. Matilda Spangler, 1845. And Harvey, 1848. And some of those younger kids in that writ of partition, it says that they were still minors in 1855.
Oh, wow.
So that's how we kind of know what order they were born in?
Right, you can kind of piece it together based on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 10 kids. I mean, wow, it's just, that's a lot of mouths to feed. A lot of,
Yeah, that's a lot of energy in that house.
Oh, I bet. And, actually, if we look a little closer at Sarah's family, through these probate records, we find out that the kids of Sarah Feather Carringer, inherited $89.95 from their grandfather's estate. Now, that may not seem like a lot today, but back then that would have been pretty helpful.
Yeah, that would have been.
Could have helped with the household expenses, maybe
Yeah.
give them a little bit of,
Good old nest egg.
Yeah, and a steak.
So we got a good understanding of his early life, his family. Let's see if we can figure out where he went and what he did.
Okay, let's track his movements.
Yeah. So 1830 census puts him in Sandy Creek, Mercer County, Pennsylvania. And in the household, it says there's one male under 5, so probably his oldest son.
Okay.
And then he's 20 to 30.
Mm-hmm.
One female under 5, probably Eliza.
Yeah.
And then Sarah, also 20 to 30. So, just getting started.
Yeah, a young family starting out.
Yeah. Then 10 years later in the 1840 census, still same place, things have really,
Expanded.
grown. So we got a male under 5, 2 males 5 to 10, 1 male 10 to 15.
Okay, so more sons.
More sons, yeah. He's now 30 to 40.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a female under 5, 1 5 to 10, 1 10 to 15.
Daughters.
Daughters, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sarah's 30 to 40 still. But then there's also this female who's 70 to 80.
Interesting.
So maybe that's his mom.
Maybe his mom, maybe Sarah's mom.
Yeah, it could be the...
Yeah. Back then it was pretty common for extended family to live together.
Right.
It was just,
Helped each other out.
yeah, just how things worked.
Yeah, so 1850 census, we get even more information.
More details.
Yeah. So now his occupation is listed as farmer.
Oh, okay.
And it says his real property is worth $2,000. We see most of the kids listed by name with their ages.
Oh, wow.
Some of them are even attending school.
So they're getting some education. That's interesting.
Yeah, which it makes you think they're doing pretty good.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a certain level of stability there.
Yeah, they're not just...
They can afford to educate their kids.
Right.
Wow.
His son, Jackson, is listed as a carpenter. So maybe he's like starting out on his own.
His own trade.
Yeah. George and Cornelius are marked as farmers, so they're probably helping Dad out.
Helping out on the farm.
Yeah. And then that older lady we saw before is Mary Carringer,
Okay.
82 years old. So
Probably his mom.
probably Henry's mom living with him.
Yeah, living with them in her later years.
Yeah.
It's amazing. This one census just gives us a wealth of information about their economic situation and the kids growing up.
Yeah.
It really speaks to the opportunities, the aspirations of a family in that time.
Yeah. All right, so 10 years later, 1860, they're in Perry Township.
Okay.
Soon,
Still in Mercer County.
Still in Mercer County, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Okay.
So him and his son, George, are listed as farmers.
Okay.
Henry Jr. is working as a laborer. So
different path.
yeah, maybe a little something different.
Mhm.
His real property value went up to $3,200.
Oh, okay.
And he's got 643 thrillers in personal property. So doing all right. But some of the older kids, like Eliza and DJ, they're not there anymore.
Yeah, they probably moved out, started their own lives.
Yeah. Kids grow up, they got to move on.
That's the cycle, right?
Yeah. But here's where things get interesting.
Oh,
1864, he buys land in Louisa County, Iowa.
wow. So they're heading west.
Yeah, so he's moving. And his son, David Jackson, DJ, and Eliza had already moved out there in 1858.
Oh, so there's already family there.
Yeah, so he's not just going out on a whim. He's got some folks out there.
He's got connections.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And the deed is really detailed. It says he bought the north half of the South, 20 acres of the northwest quarter of the southwest quarter of Section 19, and the full 40 acres in Section 29, Township 75 North, Range 5 West,
Wow, that's specific.
for $1,200.
That's how they did it back then. Very specific descriptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, for legal purposes, showed ownership, really meticulously recorded.
Yeah. So then, 1870, he's in Columbus City Township, Louisa County, Iowa,
Okay.
and the household's smaller now.
Makes sense.
Him listed as a farmer. Louisa, it says she's working in town.
Oh, interesting.
So maybe she's got some kind of a job. And Harvey, the youngest one, works on, so probably with Dad. Real property, $2,000. Personal
Yeah.
property, $1,170.
So he's still, working the land.
Yeah.
And Louisa working in town, that suggests maybe, things are changing. Maybe there's more opportunities for women
Yeah.
outside of just, farm work.
Or maybe they just needed the money.
Yeah, could be. It's hard to say for sure, but it's a glimpse into, how things were evolving.
Yeah. So, sadly, April 20, 1879, he dies in Columbus City, Louisa County, Iowa.
Okay.
And he's buried in the Columbus City Cemetery.
And that's where we get that slightly different birth date from
Yeah.
the age on his gravestone.
Right.
So the probate records from Louisa County, Iowa, filed after August 10th, 1881, give us the last bits of information
Okay.
about Henry's life. D.W. Moore was the administrator, the guy who basically wrapped up his affairs. And when he died, Henry still owned that 40-acre parcel of land, the northwest quarter of the northeast quarter of Section 29 in Township 75, Range 5 West.
Okay. And then the records list all his heirs.
Oh, that's good. So who are we talking about?
Yeah. So we got Wilbert H. Carringer, who was a minor heir. His dad was George W.
Okay.
Matilda Moore and her husband, John S. David J., and his wife, Rebecca, Eliza Robinson, Mary C. McLaughlin, who was the widow of George W. but had remarried, Mary Carringer, Louisa M. Carringer, and Cornelius S. and his wife, Elizabeth.
That's a good list. Gives us a sense of his legacy.
Yeah, all the descendants.
And what's interesting is that the probate records actually go into some detail about Wilbert H. Carringer,
Huh?
the minor heir. So first, a James M. McLaughlin from New York was his guardian, but then later, Francis IV from Iowa became his guardian because Wilbert was over 14 and living in Iowa.
Oh, okay.
So, it suggests that there were these family connections even beyond Iowa.
Right.
And it shows how they protected, interests of kids who lost their parents with these legal guardians. So they had to sell Henry's land to pay his debts. And we see that Mary Carringer filed a claim against the estate for $1,379.33.
Wow.
Which the court approved. So who knows? Maybe there were some past financial arrangements or obligations. And then in the end, in 1882, Wilbert inherited $125.40. Not a huge amount, but, something.
Yeah, a little something.
Yeah.
So Henry Carringer, born in Pennsylvania, right at the beginning of the 19th century.
1800.
Raises a big family with Sarah Feather.
10 kids.
Farms for a long time in Mercer County. Then packs up and moves to Iowa in his 60s. Probably to be closer to the kids who'd already moved out there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Census records give us these little snapshots of the family, their financial situation. Land deeds tell us about, his connection to the land.
Yeah.
And then the probate records wrap it all up with the property and the family he left behind. It's not a complete picture, but it's pretty good.
It's quite a journey.
Yeah.
And, it's amazing. When you track one person's life like this, you start to see those big trends in 19th century America. We got westward migration, new opportunities, the importance of family, how they help each other out. Farming was central to their lives. And then, of course, all the legal stuff, property ownership, how they handled estates. It's like it's one story, but it reflects this much bigger picture.
Like a little microcosm.
Yeah, exactly. A microcosm of history. It's really fascinating.
So to all you listeners out there, think about this. What can we learn about the 19th century by looking at these individual lives?
Yeah, it's not just about, presidents and wars.
Right.
It's about regular people and their stories.
Yeah. What other questions do you have about your own family history or the past in general?
Yeah, maybe this will inspire you to do a little digging of your own.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder that history is about everyone.
Yeah.
And it's all around us.
Yeah, it's not just in the textbooks.
No, it's in these little details, these documents. It's pretty cool.
All right, that's all the time we got for today. See you next time.
See you later.